What's up, y'all? Minus 110 came back and says Twitter says Jokic will not return. Minus 110, can you please tell Twitter that Rexy had that info? That Rexy has guys that are at games that have that info? That I'm not some stiff that's just sitting here streaming from my parents' basement, which is technically true tonight for another couple of days. This is the first time I've done it from here. But tonight, technically, I'm in my mom and dad's basement. I'm not some stiff. I don't know anything. I mean, this is Christ. This is the gift. I'm actually sick that we only got 3.5 units. I thought about going like for five, but I don't want you guys to think I'm blowing my brains out. But if I got a buddy at the game that's telling me Jokic got hurt at the end of the first half, he's not warming up, that's a fucking shove. You got to fucking shove him in there. You don't get chances like that. If the world doesn't know and there's not people that are telling you what's going on, take your fucking chips and shove them right in the fucking middle. That's it. Hang on. I only have a couple of viewers here. I want to see it. Somebody can take a picture of this. Shove. Shove. Camera's up here. Yes. Shove. All in. Shove them. Fucking shit me. Gosh damn. I can also yell and scream tonight. My mom and dad are out of town. My niece is playing a basketball tournament up near Richmond, Indiana. They won both their games today. They'll play again tomorrow night. They'll be back probably after I go to bed tomorrow late. It's a fucked up tournament. They don't play till 7:30. It's a 3 hour drive home or two and a half. They won't be home till midnight. There's a 50-50 I'll be awake. It's still Eastern time, and I'm still having trouble to convert to Pacific. So let's see. I put this fucking this my where did I put my I need to be able to find my shirt my god damn, where is it? Okay, here we go. All right, so we're back. I'm gonna check because I want to make sure if anybody's watching on YouTube. I am Rex Byers, your host here in the Sweatbox, 9:13 Eastern, 6:13 Pacific. From my mom and dad's basement. Oh, there's a fucking light in the background of the YouTube that looks kind of bright. I want to turn that shit off. Rams big play here at 5:32 to go. Is that Nakua? What a fucking animal that guy is. Number 12 for the Rams. Yeah. Anyways, feel free to ask any questions, and we're gonna try to work from all of it from here. Okay, I saw myself on the phone, so here we are, Sweatbox number 2. All right, good. Let me turn that fucking light down. You guys can't even fucking see behind me. Hang on a second. Let me the YouTube feed seems a bit more cantankerous than the Twitch one, and of course I can actually see it now. Yeah, give me 1 second. Actually, I'm gonna mute myself. Hang on. 'Lighting system in the basement, but yeah, too much for this kind of shit. I will. Okay, this is better. You guys can see me. I got a little bit overhead here. All right, I'm getting blowed up on the cell phone. Hang on 1 second. Rams are trying to actively. 4:11 to go. 14-0 Falcons. They'll take over. Good punt by the Rams. Falcons are going to start deep in their own territory. My buddy's saying that now that they're Don Best is saying they're not coming back, which is funny. I mean, that's great stuff. Really, there's nothing else to say. Actually, it's funny. I'm sitting there looking at the messages, and the one guy that I wanted to send the long one to, if you guys saw me on my phone a minute ago, you'd have seen I was talking to a guy for a bit before the feed went out or whatever. I didn't do that, by the way. My mom and dad's internet's fucking trash. They need to pay more money. I'm gonna tell them, like, how much do you want to make sure I come home and I have a good internet for the stream when I come home for Derby? It's important. I might have a lot of followers by then. But yeah, the shit went out, and at that time I was chatting like five different people, because I had got the information. I was trying to get as much down as I could, talking to a couple of people, or get as much as we can on Miami all the way to -1. They were like, "It's +2." I go, "Fucking take it! Fucking take the two, take the two, take the one, take the money, whatever. All the way to -1's good." And so he's okay, okay, okay. So they're getting back, and we're trying to get the orders all filled and shit. And one of the guys he gave me the thumbs up. I'm like, "Do you not fucking understand? Like, you need to do better than that. We're trying to get some shit done here, confirming a fucking order. Like, don't sit here and fuck around with, I don't know. Like, fuck, I'm sitting here busting my ass trying to get some shit accomplished, and yeah, it was kind of crazy that whole sequence. Here I am trying to do a Monday night game, and I love the Falcons because the Rams have really nothing to play for. They're stuck in the five almost for sure, and the Falcons are catching seven. They've been playing good. It's a shame they don't have a chance to win the South because they're by far the best team right now, power rating wise, not even close. Like if you compare them to Carolina and Tampa Bay, I mean, if they play Tampa Bay on neutral right now, Atlanta has to be the favorite. If anybody thinks otherwise, they're dicks loose. Um, but yeah, them winning tonight would do a great service to the Panthers, and it would make next week's game irrelevant. Which I don't care. I was making the joke yesterday with my friends. I hope all these games don't matter. I was rooting for like, let's Carolina make sure they win against Seattle after Tampa is going to lose in Tampa is going to lose in Miami. Let if once the Colts were out of it yesterday, let whoever else could happen to make the seeds be locked. If Cleveland would have beat Pittsburgh were to beat Cleveland, that game would be irrelevant. Like, just make Week 18 be not important at all. Let's see what the NFL does to adjust it because they're not going to let that happen. Like, if it happens one year, it could be a fluke, could be a freak, whatever. But ultimately, they're not going to let that happen more than once the owners are not. Their whole goal is to set these games up to where the last week matters, and they're doing the right thing by having division against division. That's absolutely the right thing. I almost think you have to do back-to-back division games, and some of them do it. Dallas is on the road 2 back-to-back weeks. They're the only team that's doing that, I think, this year. They went at Redskins, and then they're going at Giants in Week 18. So that's back-to-back in the division, and they're both on the road. I don't advocate that, but I'm not against the idea. I think that there's two things that have to happen with the schedule that need to be fixed. One of them needs to be where the teams cannot play this teams that play each other in week 14 and again in week 17 or 18. That's horseshit. Like, get it out of there. You cannot let that happen. It's way out of line because you got matchups where you could run into a team that's healthy or hurt, and it's disadvantageous or advantageous to the entire division, depending on how things play out. Everybody has to play everybody in the division one time in the first 9 weeks. Everybody has to play everybody in the second 9 weeks in the same division, not before, not after. And that doesn't mean it's okay to schedule week 9, week 10 back to back. Obviously, it's not. But you get my drift. Like, make sure you spread that shit out. But they're so fucking hell bent on getting their TV partners happy that they're looking for the best matchups and the most attractive matchups. And the more they keep doing this, and the more they keep adding television matchups, guess what? Our matchups today were shit. You know why? Because there were three Christmas games, two on Saturday, and then only seven early and two late on Sunday. The two late games on Sunday, there was a tankathon. I mean, the Giants didn't want to win, but the Raiders wanted to win less, so it was a bloodbath. You couldn't watch it. Philly and Buffalo ended up being a great game, but it was Buffalo couldn't score in a whorehouse for three quarters. How's that fun to watch? I was watching tornado coverage, the line coming from Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, all the way coming towards my mom and dad's house. I was watching that. Why the fuck wouldn't I? The game was boring until Buffalo got there towards the end when he was sweating it out. I didn't have an opinion on the game at all, but it's like there's nothing to sweat. And then okay, the Frisco Bears game was great. Point is, you're putting these good teams playing at prime time, or you think you're scheduling prime time up, or their Thanksgiving or their Christmas schedule. They thought they were scheduling good, and it turns out half the quarterbacks were injured, and other teams aren't any good. It didn't work out. But if they do that, they're taking a wrecking ball to the Week 17 schedule to begin with. Why does it matter? And the Week 18 schedule might not matter. Like this year, only about 2 or 3 games. I mean, it's an absolute farce. Look at these fucking lines. Are you telling me before the season started? I got news for you. I can't wait. I'm gonna do it now. I ain't gonna fucking wait. Let's do it now. I'm not sticking around for halftime for this fucking trash game. What's the score? Let me go to the phone. I think it's. I heard the music start playing, so I'm guessing it's 2 minute warning. 14-0, 4th and 7, Atlanta. Good. All right. Here were the preseason lines for these games. Let's have a good laugh. Okay, here we go. Let me go to make sure I don't have anything on YouTube that I have to see first. Nobody chat me there? All right, good. All right, here we go. I can't. This is going to be fun. I actually did my work on these fucking games too. I can't wait to see the end of it. Actually, I almost don't want to see it. I actually do. I want to do more work. Let me wait till tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to come on tomorrow and stream for a bit. Fucking thing's spinning. You tell me my shit ain't working again. God damn. All right. So here's how I see it. This can't be right. Clear. They're really not making Rams a favorite. Rams don't even give a fuck about this game, do they? Am I missing something? Atlanta's a great live bet -3, -15. That's out there. Hang on, I'm gonna go get it. Shit, you fucking nuts? Who kicked? Oh, we're betting this. I don't give a shit who kicked. Yeah, the Rams kicked. Yeah, it's worth a bet. Hang on. Yeah, +3 -05. Waiting on the response here. They're going to start playing again. We got it. I'm going to put it in the chat. Find it if you can. Okay, that should be good enough. Falcons are going to punt it from their own dick. I'm guessing I got something's bad is going to happen here because the line can't be only 3. Oh, it's a bomb. 63-yard punt, only about a 12-yard return. I'll take it. They're on their own side of the field. Atlanta -2.5. Flats the live price 43.5, 44. It's still worth the bet. I'm actually going to try to get some more. Hang on. 2.5 flat. I can't do it, man. I'm sorry. There might be a interference against the Rams. It's going to be Falcon ball to pick. Hang on. 3 late 14 is good. Any Atlanta price, anything less than 4 is good. The Rams aren't winning this game. They have nothing. There's no incentive. They what the fuck? They have nothing to play for. Why the fuck's the line like this? I've been sitting here talking to you about the fucking Nuggets and the Heat. There's a fucking great bet out there. 4.5 minus 21. I'm all in on that. I got it. Hang on. Oh wow. He gone. If anybody got it, great. If not, shit, it's not my fault. Fuck, I've been giving you all the fucking business. The whole fucking. I'm putting the eggs in the basket. You gotta take them out of there. It's 93 yards for Bijan Robinson. Take it to the fucking house. I'd play the song because I fucking have it, but they'll put me on copyright restrictions on YouTube, so I can't fucking do it. Take it to the house. Boom. Boom. They can't fucking tell me I can't sing, bitch. Dun, 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 Take it to the house. It's actually a shame that the fucking Falcons are going to lose all the tiebreakers. But it's their own fault. They made their bet. They got to lay in it. It is what it is. The Miami Heat are leading the Nuggets by 14 with 9:30 to go. Get this thing to the fucking barn. Let's move on with our lives and go on from there. No Jokic. You guys are sitting in with the sweat box and trying to sweat this thing out with me all night. We got a couple of fucking sweat winners worth your while. You sit here and be a fucking dog and a pig or a donkey or whatever and lose, or you can sit here and hang out with old fucking dad and win. Get here, we spit out winners. We pez out winners. Yesterday, I got distracted by a bunch of my fucking friends from back home. They're sitting there talking about a bunch of shit that don't mean nothing about winning about nothing. I'm gonna fucking win. That's it. Let's fucking go. Now I'm here in my fucking safe place. I got all the fucking information. I got all the goods. I got nobody bothering me. This is where we're at. This is where the sweat box becomes the real box. That's it. Let's fucking go. Brilliant Heat shout, Rex. Thanks for the text. Alvin Chipmunk, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Hopefully you got there. It's not a winner yet, but we're in good shape. Certainly in great shape to try to get this thing to the fucking barn. Uh, let's see. Where else am I looking at here? A couple of other. I sent about six. You all saw me. The people on the stream, the friends of mine that I know that can do some shit with it. Was certainly trying to get to them. And then the stream got disconnected. Kind of a fucked up deal. But yeah, we're here. We're trying to bang away, and let's see if we can find something else here before the half. Sorry that the fucking feed went out. I can't control that. Again, mom and dad's internet is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna fucking hang out till the half, and then we no more singing. Take it to the house after that for sure. I fucking blew my vocal cords out for the next day or two. I don't need them. Certainly, a couple of games coming up on January. I'm sorry, on the 31st, 2 days from now. I think, or is it tomorrow? Fuck, I lose track of all this shit. Not tomorrow. Coastal Kakalaka against Virginia, against Louisiana Tech, and Tennessee against Illinois. So I'm going to give you my write-ups on both these fucking games. I'm just going to show them to you. For those that missed it earlier, you'll have my write-ups right here in front of you. I'm just going to show them to you, my opinions on these games. Then you can do with it what you want. Simple as that. I sent this stuff to my friends in Europe that have write-ups for their friends that do affiliate programs. And yeah, let's just fucking do it that way. It's way simpler, right? Let's see if I can do this or not. Is there a snipe? How do I do this? I don't know how to point the game. I could copy the fucking. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do this. Let's go camera. Can I flip the camera around? I don't even know how to fucking do this. I feel like it's not that difficult, and I'm making it hard. How about this? Email sent. Sent. Oh, here we go. I got it. Yeah, this is good. Here we go. Great. All right. Well, here we go. I'm going to send this to you guys right here. It's a freebie because there aren't that many of you out there. Do with it what you want. It may or may not help you, but by God, I'm going to fucking try. So there we go. Here's the thought process on this game. Here's my thought process. The bullet points of the bullet points. That's where we're at. Let's get started with. Can you see that shit? I don't even know. Get closer. You can copy and paste a screenshot from there. I'm out. Let's move on. Okay. All right. Y'all got all that shit. We're almost to the end of that one. So I'm gonna scroll it down a little bit more. We're gonna get into the hurry up for the next game, which is Tennessee. That's the end of this first one. All right. Here comes the Tennessee game. Do with it what you want. Also tomorrow. Get to the bottom. I'm not sure I can. Let me see. All right. Nope, I can't. I had a lot to say about this fucking game. Okay, hang on. Here we go. That's the rest of it. That's the rest of it. Too much shit to read out loud. I'm tired. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. 9:32 Eastern. My name is Rex Spires. You are in the Sweatbox with me. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. Here in my mom and dad's basement. No, it's not a fucking joke. I'm back in Southern Indiana. I will not stay here. My friends back home have told me to come back here and stay in this basement. It's actually pretty fucking great. Gotta be honest. It's not somewhere I'm supposed to live when they're 71 years old. So, but it's good to come back and know that I have my space down here and do what I want to a week or two a year. Hopefully, I'll be back for Derby time to hang out. Maybe Brad Cox, my guy, will have a fucking Derby horse and an Oaks horse, and I'll get to go to the Winter Circle and have a good time with my buddies. The Troutmans, the Coxes, Joe Don Looney, a few others. It'll be a good fucking time. But let's get the cart before the horse. Let's see if we can get a couple winners here before that. Um, this Heat Denver game was a huge deal. If that blows, then I'm gonna feel like an idiot. But I haven't looked at the score lately. I feel like we had the information. All this matter now. Let's go out and win the motherfucker. Sorry for the language. For those of you who have not watched me before, I do let occasional f bombs fly. This is what it is. It's life. It's gambling. I'll try to do better if somebody's offended. Let me know. Sweatbox questions, nothing there. Elvin the Chipmunk is in the other one too. I just scratch my nose like I'm doing the line of blow. I'm not, I promise. That video's behind. Nothing else there. Uh, let's see. Anything else to talk about? Yeah, I'll give you some updates on the prices and some other games here shortly. Halftime, the Falcons are up 21 zap. I will give you a second half price shortly. I'm guessing it's going to come somewhere in the vicinity of the Rams 10, maybe 9, and 27. 20, no, 26. 21 nothing, right? And the Rams get the ball first. 9 and 26. Yeah, I'm sticking with it. 9 and 26 Rams. Maybe yeah, 9 and 26 Rams. Let's see what they come with. Denver, Miami, the Heat are up 20 with 6 minutes to go. Thank you, drive through. It's not over yet. The NBA is a fucking ridiculous horseshit deal, but we're in a good spot. That's all you can ask for. My guy, I want to thank him. My guy, Mikey. I'm not going to say anything else, but he's at the Heat game, and he flat out said it. He said the guy got hurt. He had a bet on the Nuggets before the game, and he flipped at halftime and told me Jokic got hurt right before the end of the half. He said he's holding his knee walking in. He goes, I don't know if he's going to play or not, but I'll take a chance that he's not. He bet the Heat +2 at half, and that was when I sprinted to the window. That's all I needed because I like the Heat to begin with. I told him before the game that the Denver's in a horrible spot. The guy had a bajillion points. They came from they were up 9. I went to bed. I tapped out. And see, that's my own fault. And I missed the Chuck show too. I had to fucking watch the replay later. I'm sure he's mad they played overtime in the last game of the night. They were probably up till fucking 3 in the morning. But I went to bed at like 12. I don't know, 12:50 or some shit, and it was Eastern, and it was like they were up 9 with 4 minutes left at home, and Minnesota had never gotten it close. It was like 7, 9, 11, 13, 7, 9, 11. I mean, just sitting in that range the whole fourth quarter, and it was like sitting 9. I was like, oh, all right, they're in Denver. They ain't gonna come back. I was wrong. They came back, they forced overtime, then they were up by like fucking 11 in overtime. And the Nuggets came from 11 down, and they came back and won the fucking game, and they scored 23 points in the last 3 minutes of the overtime to win. I don't think they covered, but still, the fact that they came back and won, and I missed it. I missed the whole fucking thing because I'm sitting here, oh, this game's over. It's the NBA. There's no such thing. I mean, it's incredible. The offensive talent level in that league is like beyond repair. Like everybody that wants to talk about, oh, the defense, people don't play defense. Bullshit. It's not about nothing to do with the defense. The offensive players are too fucking good. I mean, there's no other way to. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. They're great. There's great offensive players everywhere. The defensive players are an underdog every possession. Here comes all the fucking lines. 10 dog money, 9.5 at the Westgate. I got the right idea. 10 flat's a good bet. I would take the dog plus 10. Let's take some Atlanta plus 10. I'm putting the order in now. Atlanta plus 10 is so good. Flat or better, 2 units, medium. They're not playing the fucking Jets. All right. We're good. I got it. Plus 10 flat. I'm going to put it in the chat. 2 units medium in addition to what we have everywhere else. Could be a monster night. Should be a monster night. There's really no excuse not to. I got good scouts in my field, and everybody's doing a lot of stuff. It's great. Rex's award from Billy Brad Koch is top notch. No, Brad doesn't know anything about his horses. There's a couple other guys that handicap. They're the ones that give me the winners. It's always a funny story. Brad will say he likes his horse and it might have a chance, blah, blah, blah. A couple of assistants are the ones that know what's going on. I actually had the pleasure to meet the Godolphin guy, Michael, at Turfway when Encino won last Sunday. That was awesome. It was fun to talk to the guy, meet him. I know he's the main Godolphin guy in the States. It'd be great to work with them somehow. I don't know. I couldn't force ask him for a fucking job, but if anybody knows that Godolphin needs help doing PR or whatever, by all means, volunteer me for that help. I'd love to fucking do it. That'd be something I'd be really good at. I think. Plus, I'm sure they pay pretty good. Well, who it's frogging? Who do you think about Malik Willis? Could he start an NFL team something? Yes, I'll give you that in just a second. I'm gonna put the bet into the chat first. Second half, Atlanta plus 10, medium, flat, good, up to minus 115 for 2 medium. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm gonna answer your question, and it's a good question. I wasn't a Malik Willis guy coming out of Liberty. Played for the Titanicals, it kind of cemented my fact that he's not any good. Here's the thing: I don't like the quarterback they have either up there in Green Bay. Love, but the coach is fucking good, and that coach knows what he's doing with the quarterback. Same thing with the Bears. The quarterback for the Bears is fucking stiff, but he has talent. He's a 5-star recruit going into college, and he's fucking been really good this year at times. He's been bad at times. He's made some throws that you fucking scratch your head at and say, "What the fuck's this guy doing?" Okay, sorry for that. I got a couple of people. The bet online guy was very happy with me and we're giving him the help with the Heat game, which we're friendly. So I don't have a problem with that. I'm glad to talk to him, glad to help him out. Look forward next time I go to Costa Rica to see him and hang out with him. He has an ugly ass cat, but hey, fuck, I don't give a shit. That cat was his wife's cat, and he's no longer there. And so God bless if he wants to bring it as his, then he has every right. Doesn't mean it sound ugly, but hey, I told her that to her face, and I think she cried. It sucked, but she was a good friend of mine. This cat's still ugly. I don't give a shit. All right, back to you, Mark. Anyways, Malik Willis. Okay, so here's my thoughts on Willis again. Let me give you a halftime update first before we do that. It would be fair. Halftime prices are 9.5. There is some $10 money, $10 a bunch, 8 at Circa. I fucking love it. There, Circa's got the fucking stones. That's where you go. Just go to 8. Fuck it. Go to 7.5. What the fuck does it matter? All those numbers are fucking dead. This game doesn't fucking matter. The Rams are going to score. They don't give a fuck. The total I made 23.5. That's what it is. 23.5 under a bunch, 24 under a bunch, 24 flat at the Westgate, 23.5 at a lot of places. None of that shit matters. No opinion on any of that. Okay, let me get back to the Willis part because you asked me and I appreciate the question. Um, I can't sit there and rate the quarterbacks from 1 to 32 as the season goes along. I do it before the season goes and I do it afterwards, and I do the backups as well. The problem with trying to figure that out right here in the middle of all this shit is that, like for example, like what do you say about like Jacoby Brissett? In my mind, he was the 34th best quarterback coming into the league this year, which means he was one of the top backups or close to it. The other guy for Arizona gets hurt. Brissett plays the whole year. And you've seen enough to know that he's not a starting quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's great for fantasy, but he's not a starting quarterback. He's a career backup that should be playing when he has to play a couple or 3 games a year. He has to play 12 or 13. He can't do it. He's a great teammate. Everybody loves him. Nobody I've ever talked to that not I mean people I'm like a third degree that know him. Like a guy that knows him that knows him that knows him. Like I know him through a couple of degrees. And nobody's ever said a bad word about the fucking guy, no matter where he's played. So I love that kind of team, the guy on my team. I hope to God the Colts will get him back next year if you're a Colts fan, because I've talked to them like, okay, what are they going to do? I don't fucking know. But it's like, okay, they got Leonard. Leonard needs to play the next week, see what you got. Rivers coming back. It was clear that the coach for the Colts thought their best chance to win was using Rivers' brains over Leonard's rookiness and athletic ability. I have no problem with that. It is what it is. It didn't work out, but it wasn't the offense's fault. The defense just let him down. I do think that Willis had an extraordinarily good game. I also think that the other team was more focused on what they were doing themselves. And remember, Henry had 36 carries, so Willis was in a position where they had to be shooting from behind pretty much the whole night. And that makes you look a lot better. Your stats look a lot better when you know that you have to keep throwing the ball and never not run it. So his numbers look good. I won't say he can't play. I do think he's not a starting quarterback. I think he's a better backup than I thought. I had him somewhere in the mid 40s before the start of the year, and I got him closer to like 38 to 40 right now. At some point during the playoff week, I'm going to do a live stream and announce it. And hopefully people will chime in, and maybe I'll get a guest. That's my goal, is to get a guest on one of these, maybe Kazarian type or somebody talk to me about this, and we'll go over it beforehand and then talk about what do we think about the quarterback ratings from 1 to 32, the coaching ratings from 1 to 32. And then before next year starts, certainly I want to go over the backups because I mean I'm balls deep on that shit. Like I love talking about this stuff, and the stuff I know about. You want to ask me about the best offensive lines or defensive lines on the 32? I got no fucking chance. I don't watch it. I mean, I watch enough games. I don't watch the all 22 like I used to. I'm not consulting for any NFL teams, but as far as me sitting here to watch as many games as possible and can see what's happening in the pocket from the TV camera that we have, I can tell you who's a good quarterback and who's a good coach. Like I said, I'm pretty um, I'm a pretty tough grader when it comes to coaches because that's the one thing I can do is do the clock management and special teams type stuff and whether you go for it or not. Like that's the shit that I could be hired for tomorrow and I'd be really good at, better than almost everybody that's out there to be honest. But I'm not gonna suck my own dick the whole night. But like I see some decisions that are made that astonish me. And to be honest, Rob Pizzola last time made a hell of a point in the Buffalo game. First of all, they made a mistake on the spot. It was 1st and 10 at the 11. If you watch the tape, he got tackled at the fucking 11. It should have been 1st and 10 at the 11. They called it 1st and goal. That changed everything. Um, that gave the situation, which made the Eagles, where the Eagles play was worse. Once the Eagles knew it was goal to go, they should have been calling their timeouts to save the clock, and they didn't. Once they didn't call timeout, I was like, okay, it's not goal to go. It must be like 2nd and 9 at the 10, or wherever the fuck they. I forgot what they got. They got a yard and they threw an incomplete pass, and they got down to the dick line and they ran that fucking play, and they didn't get in. And I'm like, is it goal to go? They should have a first because they threw the pass and he caught it. And I'm like, okay, that's first down. They're inside the one. Look at the replay on the play before that and tell me that I'm wrong. He caught the ball at the 11 or the 12 and he got touched. He's down there. That's where the fucking first down should have been. Somehow, some way, they gave him first and goal. Like, I have no clue how that fucking happened. And it changed the complexion of the entire game. I mean, and Philly got lucky because they mismanaged it. That should have been a fucking timeout, timeout, timeout. Philly should have called both their, I think they had two left, should have called both their timeouts, and then they should have kept themselves some clock for Buffalo preparing to score. And they didn't. They let it come down to the last play and they let the Bills go for two. Now, then I argue with Pizzola. I didn't argue. I argued with my dad first, and then Pizzola made a mention, and he made a hell of a point. He says nobody wants to play extra time at this point of the year to begin with. My argument was Buffalo's been dominating the fucking game. They're at home. They're the favorite. Go ahead and take it to overtime and go from there. But the extra point was no guarantee. Well, they missed the first one. It's hard for me to believe they're going to block two in a row or they're going to miss two in a row. I know there's no causation correlation type shit, but there is. I mean, it's like, I mean, just kick the extra point and go to fuck. If you lose it on the extra point miss again, good game. Tap out. Just go to overtime. You've been dominating the fucking game. But I appreciated Rob's response. He said that they don't want nobody wants to play any extra time here. The quarterback's fucking crippled, and he's right. They gave him some Toradol for sure. He is fucked. If he plays next week, it's malpractice. Some of these lines are going to be a joke. I was going to go over them with you guys, and I'm not going to do it tonight because I haven't done all the work myself. I wanted to sit down and be like, okay, what do I make these numbers, knowing full well who's playing and who's not. If the Bills quarterback plays next week, it's an absolute fucking joke. There's no reason who they play. Look, I got the old Superbook line. The Bills are playing against the Jets at home. The line was 7.5 and 41.5 in the preseason. That's funny. It might be close to that because the Jets aren't trying and the Bills aren't going to play any quarterback. The total's going to be a lot lower. I haven't looked at shit. I cannot wait to go over the fucking lines. I'm going to do the work when we get done with this shit tonight. Go over all this stuff and then be like, okay, where the fuck do we stand with all this? Because I can't believe that some of these games are where they are, and I can't believe that some of these guys really, literally do not even try. Like they don't. I mean, there's no reason for not try. Like the Raiders are doing the right thing. Shut it all down. Do they want the kid from Indiana? I don't know. Do they? His name is Mendoza, and the Raider fans are going to love him? Yes. The Raiders are like minus 5,000 to draft this fucking kid, whether he's going to help them or not. I think he will. Some people don't. I mean, he's a scheme guy, and he reads stuff, and he's this or he's that. But bottom line, that's what do you not want in the NFL? A guy that can't figure out how to fucking figure out schemes. I mean, it's not like he's devoid of talent. He's my height and my weight, and he has an arm that's a lot stronger than mine, and he's 20 years younger. It closes 9:23.5. So we got the best of it. There's 8.5 out there. Circle with 9.30. Interesting. 23.5 basically. The second half closing line. There was some 24 under a bunch. Second half is underway. Miami's going to beat Denver by 23 or more. It's 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter, 144 to 121. Congratulations to those who got involved with that. Flies over every total. I actually didn't know about that because Jokic is such a big scorer, but without him, they can't defend. Denver has no chance to stop anybody. And, that's, this is what it is. I mean, it's one of those, it's not supposed to be a spot where they have a chance to win. And the fact they were tied at halftime and then him not playing was, wow. You talk about, you only get a few chances a year to get something like that. And I hope the guy that you guys are watching the Sweatbox tonight got involved. Maybe I will be able to try to find a way to get this part. I don't know. I'm too stupid or ignorant to figure out how to take that part of the fucking that 3 minutes where I was telling you all about this shit in the middle and doing something with it because that's a golden opportunity that hopefully everybody cashed in on. Second half's underway. 21-0. Falcons plus 10. Rams are punting. I think they're going to go for it. Let's hang tight for a second. Blitz. Stafford up. Fires complete. Fake. Smith down beside the 15. Fuck. I don't care. I'm not touching this fucking game anymore. I told you all what I did. I have all this stuff's in the chat. -3, -05, -3, -05 for the game, and +10 flat, -15 for 2 units, and of course the Nuggets bet's a winner for 3.5. Thanks for checking me out here on the Sweatbox. My name is Rex Spires, 9:51 on a what is this, on Monday night, right? The last Monday night game of the year. Can't give you live stuff. It's all on delay. So that's it. Hopefully, I dropped some knowledge that you can use going forward. And tell your friends. Hit the subscribe button, please. If you're on YouTube or on Twitch, I'm here with you on Streamlabs, trying to get to you both. Twitch is more valuable for everybody in the long run. I think that Twitch is the way. Nobody talks about gambling and sports betting on Twitch. Everybody and their mom does it on YouTube, and I know that everybody's there. It'll behoove everybody, I think, in the long run to just get us over to Twitch and be that guy. I want to be that guy on Twitch. Everybody says, "Hey, you want to talk about sports and sports betting? Wait till that guy Rex Byers comes on there with the Sweatbox. Listen to what he has to fucking say." With that, I'm out. I will check back in tomorrow for a fifth. Certainly, I've told you guys the early games, Louisiana Tech, I have a big opinion on early, up to I think it was -9 we laid, and Tennessee -2.5 is good up to 3 against Illinois. I will check in with you. 11 o'clock kickoff in the first game, 2:30 the second. I'm going to set the schedule up to be checking in around noon. Nothing before that. Look for me at noon tomorrow Eastern time. I'm actually going to write that down. Noon Eastern time, 12:30. There we go. Ready to rock and roll. I'm going to set the schedule up that way. Wednesday, I'm not sure yet. Certainly, I'll be around for a bit. Arizona State against Duke's to play. They play at 11 o'clock on CBS in the Sun Bowl, 2 p.m. Pacific. Well, these games start at 2, so it's 11, 2:30. So, yeah, how about let's call it 3 p.m. Eastern time. 3 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. And my niece plays in her championship game at 7:30 in their tournament. So, how about 3 to 7? Let's do that. Call it 3 to 7 tomorrow. I'm going to set the schedule up for that. For the live stream on the Sweatbox. We'll talk about NFL, talk about the bowl games, talk about everything else. Please come in, tell a friend, subscribe, hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Let's go. Give me some people in here. Let's fucking go. Any leads for Tuesday? Ashton points, no cap. Yes, I said it earlier. Louisiana Tech's a big bet. Right Angle took it out, -7. It's okay, no problem. I'd lay anything up to -10. Coastal Carolina's the worst team in any bowl, and Tennessee got down to 2.5, and that's where we got involved. I'm actually not a good friend of Brad Powers. I don't like him very much at all. He kind of fucked me, which is another story for another day. But he makes some good points sometimes. He took 7 in this game, and then he said he would lay 2.5 if he had to. And I was like, that's the side that's supposed to be on. He got the right price early, but Tennessee's got enough guys back. Aguilar, 2 700-yard receivers are still there. I put my phone up to the screen about 30 minutes ago. Go back to it if you want to see my write ups for both those games. I'm not doing it again. I put my hand up. But go back a half hour or 20 minutes and you'll see my thoughts on both those games. I gave write ups to a guy in Europe that he pays me for them. But yeah, Louisiana Tech, Tennessee, and Arizona State are the 3 games that I like the best. And we have bets on in these bowls coming up. Louisiana Tech, the number we missed. But again, the numbers, a lot of times, these bowls, they matter to an extent. But a lot of times it's a matter of who shows up and who don't. I expect Louisiana Tech to show up. I think Coastal Carolina is terrible and they won't show up. So it could get like really like this is one of those 51-3 ugly type deals. And Tennessee, Illinois, I mean, my thought process is pretty simple. Illinois used the bowl game that they beat South Carolina last year as a dog to catapult themselves to a good rank going into the season. Tennessee has the same chance to do it this year. You look at both teams are 8-4. Illinois' losses were to Wisconsin, which was awful. Ohio State, Indiana, and Washington, not so bad. But Tennessee's losses were to 3 playoff teams: Alabama, Oklahoma, and Georgia. They were a field goal away from beating Georgia. They were a pick six that swung the game against Bama, and they got out. They outgained Oklahoma by 100 something yards. Those are 3 losses that weren't nearly as bad, or not bad. And then the loss to Vandy at the end was, Pavia is playing for the Heisman, and Tennessee had nothing to play for. They weren't going to make the playoffs. So if Tennessee gets up for the game, they'll beat Illinois as bad as they want to. That's a big if, but the bottom line is they're playing Nashville. It's almost a home game. Illinois got outgained by 100 plus on the road. Simple as that. Illinois on Wednesday or on tomorrow in the middle game, the early game, Louisiana Tech against Coastal Carolina, who does not belong in a bowl. I can't believe their coach should deserve a fucking trophy for winning 6 games with that talent. They're the worst team playing in the bowls, period, including the 5-win teams, including Rice. Coastal Carolina would be underdog against Rice in my mind. And yeah, Arizona State against Duke. Arizona State is going to win this game outright. And I'll talk to you more about that tomorrow. Check back in. That's my way to tease it. 2 p.m. kickoff in that game. 3 p.m. The Sweatbox will be back tomorrow from 3 to 7 Eastern Time for those first two games to sweat this shit out. I'm going to watch my niece play after that. Any other questions, let me know. I'll be hanging out for the next few minutes. Action points, no cap. Tennessee minus 3.5 plus +06. For if depending on what the exposure is there, that's not a bad bet. I'd rather lay three. The 3.5 to 3 with that total somewhere around 50, right? Or is it what 60? Yeah, there's over money there. Right angle under 61. Uh, that 3.5 to 3 with a total that high is only worth about 13 or 14 cents. So if you could lay 3 minus -08 or 3.5 plus +06 is the same. I'm guessing that there's no 3 minus -08 because people there don't understand the math with the 3 to 3.5. Most of them don't. I'm not sitting here bad mouthing the market. I'm just, that's, I have an opinion about it. I dealt with Robbie, and he's the fucking smartest guy ever. You can ask Tunes about him. Whatever bet war. Yeah, I mean, I would say that 3.5 plus +06 is not a horrible bet. I'm not looking at the screen. Let me pull it up. Thanks for checking in. Action points, no cap. You get any of these questions like this, I'll hang around all fucking night, whether I want to or not. Peter Fritzen, well, what did Brad do or not do? Which Brad and what are we talking about? Are you talking horses? I don't know. I wasn't involved with any horses today at all. I have no clue. I haven't talked to him or any of the guys that are involved with the operation since yesterday. They keep the field goal. 11:08 to go in the third. 21-3. Atlanta leads the Rams. Live line 11. 11 minus money. 11.5 flat at Buckeye. 44.5 flat on the total. I would still rather have Atlanta. I still can't believe that's the line. I think to me, in my mind, it's too cheap. I don't think the Rams are going to even fuck. They fucking busted their dick. They went for it on 4th and 8, got a first down. They only kicked the field goal. They might be done. It's really close to fucking tapping out. I'm not joking about this. They aren't going to play hard for much longer. He's punted on the 4 seed last year. He punted on a home game in the last game of the year. He didn't even fucking try. He's not going to try. What the fuck? They're not lining this right. Okay, what was I looking for? Football for tomorrow. Keep betting Atlanta if you haven't kept doing it. If you don't have enough Atlanta yet, just keep going. The line's up fucking not so bad. I promise you. Lay 11.5. It's not a bad number. Not a bad number. God damn it, this fucking screen won't pull up the fucking football. Sorry for the cussing. What were we looking at here? Coastal Louisiana Tech up to 10. Yikes, we lay 9. Illinois, okay, it's 3.5. Tennessee. Okay, so I see some threes still out there. 3 flats if you look hard enough. Pinnacle has 3.5 plus +01. Yeah, 3.5 plus +06 is a good bet. With that total being the 60s, I would still lay that. Like it's up to like 20K, whatever it is. I mean, I don't know how much you're looking for, but I would still lay up to 20K on that. Like if whatever, depending on your unit size. Like for me, if that's what's out there for you to take, I think it'll close higher than that. Even where it's at now, I think it'll go up. So if you wanted to try to scout back out, my gut tells me it's going to keep going up from here. Like it bottomed out at 2.5, and we got the best of it there. Now I think it's going to get to 4, but I could be wrong. My gut tells me the way I'm reading the screen and what I saw from earlier that it's oh mama, Falcons are on the move. Yeah, my gut tells me the game's going to keep going up. So if you want to try to scout, I would say whatever you want to take, whatever's out there available. I'm not in my forecaster's account, but you can do it. Powers. Oh, Brad Powers. Oh shit. Sorry. Let me see. Yeah, my arch nemesis. I got a good story about him. I won't tell it tonight. It'll be fun to tell it later. He's on. Let's see. Uh, what they chart me? Have me chart him on tomorrow. He's on. He took +7 with Illinois, but he said he would lean Tennessee at -2.5, which that makes sense. On Wednesday, he leans Iowa. My buddy Walls, who's the right angle guy, laid Vandy 4 and 4.5. He put it out there on his show, so it's not a secret. I'm not splitting the atom here. The other game that's involved with Powers on New Year's Eve is Texas. He laid 7. I could only have the other side. And that's before the Whittingham thing, by the way. I don't know how he feels about that. This is something he released with Mitch and Paul like a week ago. He likes Ohio. He leans Ohio State against Miami of Florida, which I like the other side. Like Miami of Florida. If there's one playoff bet that I would make right now, it would be Miami of Florida +10. So, okay. Anyways, that's enough for tonight. You guys have heard enough of my dick sucker for one night. Thanks for listening and checking me out. Tomorrow again, I'm already setting it up 3 to 7. Eastern time, 12 to 4 Pacific, give or take. Those going to be the numbers within 15 minutes either way. I'm going to set the schedule up. You guys can see it. Please check it out. Hopefully, the internet at my mom and dad's house will hold out for me. I thank you very much for checking me out on the Sweatbox. My name is Rex Byers. YouTube, TV, Twitch TV, Rex underscore Beyers. Thanks so much. God bless. Be well. Cheers. Go Falcones. Vamos.